Do you need help with yourself? I know sounds crazy. I know this is probably caught you off guard, but hey, we all been there. When you feel tired, you feel down and out, you feel like, hey, you don't know which way is up, which way is down. And it's not that you're not productive. It doesn't mean that you're not a loving husband, loving wife, student, college student, what have you. Just means that, hey, you could be doing much better. And that's why I titled this, Do You Need Help with Yourself? Uh, how often have you been in a situation where you're kind of just going through life, you're going through the motion, you're going to class, you're going to work, you're going to your kid's soccer game, you're traveling, you're doing everything you want to do, but you kind of just feel like you're just in this operation mode and not really milking the milk out of life. And so I always ask myself, what's the cost? So what I mean by what's the cost in regards to do you need help with yourself is, what is the cost of you continuing to operate in this manner? To continue to kind of just keep your head down, your nose to the grindstone without coming up and breathing for air. The cost is life passing you by, not really appreciating your family, not really appreciating the fact that you do have a great job, a great business, a great relationship with your spouse. That's the cost. I know so many people who are your do-it-yourselfers, and I have nothing against with these people. I love HGTV. I love people working with their hands. I enjoy working with my hands somewhat, but what I find out is that that's not where my best talent lies. Can I do it? Yes, absolutely, hands down, especially if I read the manual, which I have a tendency not to do. But what I'm saying is simply, hey, if you just find that you're not really savoring life, like you get that steak, and I'm vegan, so I probably shouldn't even use that analogy, but let's say that warm butternut squash soup, hearty. I know some of you guys like, oh my God, get her out here. But when you're eating that favorite meal and you're like, oh, this is great. That's how you should be every day, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, with your family, and your job and your spouse, and whatever project you have going on, because here's the thing, we always have something to do, okay? Especially if you're a true do-it-yourselfer. But you got to ask yourself, are you just doing projects just to have something mundane to do, or are you doing it because you actually enjoy doing it? Now, don't get me wrong. I know doing just do-it-yourself projects are cheaper and easier than paying somebody who's going to charge your arm and leg for labor hour. But here's the thing. Is doing a deck by yourself and not spending time with your family when you have a full work week and Saturday's your only day off, or cutting your grass is the only time that you can spend time with your family, but you have to spend 3 or 4 hours out in the sun. You got to start asking yourself, what's the cost? Second thing I would say in regards to this topic of, do you need help with yourself? Do you have blind spots? Hey, life gets the best of all of us. I got 4 freaking degrees and I still get caught up sometimes. But sometimes you need to have somebody from outside looking in to kind of communicate with you. Say, hey, yeah, you're got a head on straight going, this way, but you're missing, BC. What I mean by that, you might be killing it at the office. You might bring in your sales number, you're hitting all your sales goals, but you're not spending time with your spouse, not spending time with your kids, not quality time. And you might be missing the fact that, excuse me, my battery just hit the thing. I probably need to charge it. YouTube 101. I probably should start learning how to do these things before I start recording, but I digress. So is spending time, do you have blind spots? And what I mean by that is, do you have somebody outside looking in and saying, hey, yeah, you hitting all your sales numbers, sales goals, but when you come home, you're tired. You're not spending time with your kids. You're not spending time with your spouse, or you're not finished a great book that you want to read. One thing that I'm doing currently is a 75 Hard program, and I think it's great. I've recommended it to anybody. But which is you work out twice a day for 45 minutes. One workout has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water a day. You have to read 10 pages. Have to select the diet you're choosing. You have to do a pic to show your progress. And you'd be surprised on the Facebook group how many people who do not fulfill these requirements. Nothing you have to pay, but the reason why I bring this up is to say, how many of us hear those things I just said, read a book or working out or drinking water? You're like, oh, that's easy, but we get sidetracked. And that might be because you have blind spots. You might think that you're firing on all cylinders, but here's the thing. You might not. So you need to have somebody that you trust. Someone's gonna keep it honest with you, but who's not gonna tear you down, and who's gonna help you, to move forward. Next thing I would say in regards to, do you need help with yourself? Don't be scared to let someone else have a piece of the pie. Okay, this is a common mistake that I see in general. Okay, I see this in business, I see this in personal, I see this in religion, I see this in construction. I mean, just name it. Oftentimes we're so busy trying to save money, save time, and you try to do everything ourselves. But here's the thing. 10 people working at 60% of your capacity is always better than one person you working at 100% of your capacity. Now repeat that. 10 people working at 60% of your capacity, whatever it is you can do, your education level, your skill, your experience, is always going to beat the 1% you. The reason why I say that is because it's power in numbers. So why not, bring somebody into the home? You can watch your kids maybe 3 hours a day. Why not bring in a lawn service that can mow the lawn for you? Why not, if you're in a business deal, say, hey, I want to have, instead of having just me in the business deal, have 3 partners and we all split it 1/3. But guess what? You don't have 1/3. You just release 2/3 of your stress. Hopefully you bring a good business partner. Same thing in relationships. Instead of sitting there trying to do it all yourself and prove a point that, hey, you're an independent man or you're an independent woman, let the woman take care of you sometimes. Let the man take care of you sometimes, what have you. Instead of trying to do everything for your kids and give everything that your kids, instead of giving everything to your kids that you didn't have, maybe you say, hey, maybe they don't need this. Maybe they don't need a room full of toys. Maybe they don't need the new latest iPhone, iPad, and the Roblox card to play all day, And the last thing I would say is, in regards to, do you need help with yourself? Have accountability partners, coaches, mentors, and mentees. I'm gonna tell you why I'll put mentees in there. Mentees will actually help teach you a lot of stuff that you didn't know about yourself. A lot of times, people look at a mentor-mentee relationship as, this is the mentor, this is the mentee. Like the mentor, she has all this experience, education, yada yada, and she's poured all this into him, right? But then what people don't realize, and for those who have kids out there, definitely understand, when you see your mentee do something, you say, man, I wonder why she did this. Or like for me, when I look at my kids, I wonder why he or she did that, why Liam and Chloe did this. And then what I started to realize is they saw me do something, whether it's good or bad. So it self-checks me. Now keep in mind now, I'm the parent, right? And they're the kids. I'm the mentor, they're the mentee, right? So I have to, when I see them do something and I kind of want to correct them, I'm like, oh, I have to stop myself. Why did I do that? And so they go to the mechanism of how to, help yourself. So let me go over this again. First, what's the cost of doing things yourself? What's the cost of, keep going the way that you're going? It's a time with your family, time with your spouse, appreciation of life. Do you have blind spots? And if you do, you probably don't know it, right? That's why it's called blind spot. So find somebody that you trust that can help you with it. Don't be scared to let someone else have a piece of the pie. If you're in a relationship with somebody, don't be scared to let them kind of take some of the burden of the relationship. And fourth, have accountability. Have a mentor, have a coach, and have mentees. I always tell you, one of the joys of life is having a mentee, because mentees will teach you a lot. Guys, I hope this helped you. I'm Ronnie Rice. Feel free to follow me. Don't feel free. Follow me. Comment. This is how these videos get up into YouTube algorithm and Facebook, all that stuff. Do it, man. Check it out. Comment, share. All my social media platforms, Get Rice Now. That's GETRICENOW. Log in on my website to get a free consultation, whether it's legal, business, what have you. It's RonnieORice.com. That's RONNIE. Rice, RICE.com, or feel free to call or text me at 205-222-9815. That's 205-222-9815. I feel like an info commercial. 205-222-9815. Hey, you guys have a blessed day. If this helped you, man, like, share, send it to some folks. You guys have a blessed day.